Okay, so we're live now.
All right.
Should we wait up for everybody a little bit?
I'm guessing. Is there a way to see like how many people are in here?
I think yes. Let's see. 21. Yep, we don't have anyone yet.
Is this going to Facebook or YouTube?
It's going on YouTube. Let's wait up for people a little bit, and then I'll call some people in as well. Oh, okay. So Mello is going to play some video before we have.
Okay. Cool. Pretty cool.
Well, I think this is the video that we made. I think that's the A7S3 one, actually.
Oh yeah, I have that one, the lightweight one.
Oh, cool. So like, what do you bought for a camera?
Now actually I have the A1, but I was using the A7S3 before that. It's a good camera, but I figured combining photo and video into one camera. The A1 is ridiculously expensive. I think I'm one of them. I don't know if anybody really cares.
Better than nothing.
Yeah. Let's see. Share it to my page.
Okay, so for everybody who's coming in, welcome to our live stream today. We're hitting double digits.
Hi, SmallRig.
Hi, SmallRig family. My name is Peter.
My name is Tanner Bully.
My name is Rob Lee.
That's why I work together with SmallRig.
I am involved in SmallRig, so in my free time, part of the things that I do is try to co-design with SmallRig.
我觉得最有趣的就是我可以和 SmallRig 的工程师有深入的交流，所以我就会去和工程师研究和商量，然后他们会想出很好的方案。这种快速的响应速度，也是我对 SmallRig 最喜爱的一点。
套件我基本上就是全套的4模格4中份。
I just want to say thank you so much for the wonderful products that you make, because the things you do enable us to do our work.
Let me know in the comment section if we need to do some modification or yeah. Okay. Okay, we just went down from 10 to a single digit again, but
We're losing them.
we'll get back there. It's just getting started, getting warmed up. Top left corner. Okay. So okay. Do we have the video on mute? Okay. Oh, OK， 就是让我说话嘛，对吧？对，你说话。OK。我觉得你可以开始暖场，差不多我们开始。OK。All right. So. 先测试一下声音。Welcome for the people who just got in, and can everybody hear me okay? Please let me know if you can hear me or have background noises or something. I don't know. And after we play a few more videos, we'll get started with today's stuff. And we have the pleasure to have invited Mr. Scott Dumas with us in today's live stream, and he will be sharing some of his tips and techniques and his experiences with SmallRig. And he's a very professional and
don't oversell me.
Photographer.
Thanks for having me, though.
Japan. Thank you for being here with us.
My pleasure.
Thank you for being I guess, a long-time SmallRig user.
For sure.
Today, for people who don't know, we'll be discussing about some of the new products that SmallRig is arriving. And for people who watched the stream last Friday, today will be similar stuff, but we'll have Mr. Scott Dumas talking about his rig setup and his experiences. And so keep watching. And by the way, we will have another 4 rounds of giveaway at the end of today's stream. So keep watching. Please subscribe to SmallRig, like, and subscribe to Mr. Scott Dumas' channel as well. And thank you for being here. We'll get started very soon. And as you can see, we got a lot of stuff here we can talk about today. And let's see. Okay, so we still have the same number. And SmallRig is doing well. How are you today, Khalid?
Konnichiwa, Gadgets Alternative. Welcome here.
Very cultured, very cultured.
Yeah. It always feels strange speaking Japanese.
So
I've had people recommend I make. It's all right. It works. I've had people recommend that I make videos in Japanese, but it's a strange experience to do that. It's insecure, I guess.
I get it's of course it's gonna be a whole new different experience. I guess, especially it's been 11 years, right?
11 years.
Wow.
Yes, actually, this month is 11 years.
Wow. Did you do anything special?
For my 11th anniversary of being in Japan? This year. I watched the Olympics. That's pretty cool.
So, like, how far is your town from Tokyo?
If you go by car, we went by car actually just before everything in the world ended, basically. And it was we stopped along the way, but it took a good, I guess, full day to drive up there.
Oh wow, that's
from
pretty
morning to night. If you fly though, it's like an hour and a half, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. If you take a direct flight.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Japan, but haven't gotten the chance yet. So next time we go, you
anytime. Show you around all the mountains we have.
Okay, so should we get started?
Sure.
Okay, let's start with today's content. So welcome everyone. Thanks for being here today. And so one quick announcement, I guess it's a very personal news as well. So I'll be leaving SmallRig after today, very unfortunately, to go back to my school and finish my education. It has been a very unique and pleasure to be working with my colleagues and everyone around me. Thank you, Mello. And thank you for everybody who supported me through my entire career's time. And so for people who watched my last stream, this will be your last time to watch me stream with SmallRig. Hope you enjoy. And I'll definitely...
I'm happy to be a part of it.
Thank you very much, Scott. Thank you for being here today. And so we have the great honor of inviting Scott to our stream today. And maybe you can tell us a little bit about yourself and your channel.
Sure. So yeah, I'm obviously not Japanese, but I live in Japan. I'm from the US originally, from Massachusetts, close to Boston. And, gotta wear the hat. So I've lived in Japan for 11 years now, and I guess part-time filmmaker, photographer first, gone filmmaker, recently kind of moving back towards photographer, whatever people need basically. And I also have a YouTube channel for gear reviews, tests, comparisons, things like that. I started off reviewing lenses and things like that. And of course, the more I got into it, the more I needed. And that includes filming myself. And of course, that comes with more gear and everything. And from the start, I've always used SmallRig. They didn't ask me to say that. I really did. It's affordable and it's always been good quality. So I have buckets and buckets of SmallRig gear downstairs, little accessories, rods, cages, handles, everything like that. I've gone through the GH5 with them. I've gone through Canon DSLRs, mirrorless cameras, cinema cameras, the Z-Cam. I had the E2, the E2 F6. I've had a few Sony cameras, and I've used other brands as well, but I've always come back to SmallRig, even if it's just for part of the rig or the whole rig. So I feel, I guess, like, even though maybe I'm not this huge big-time videographer, I can speak to having plenty of experience with their gear. So that's what I'll be doing today, I guess.
Thank you very much, Scott.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
I mean,
a couple of years ago, I wouldn't have imagined that I'd be part of a thing like this. I just started off like collecting the gear. I want this handle, I want this cage, and it's pretty cool to be here a couple of years later, being part of this live stream. So thanks for having me again. I really appreciate it.
It's wonderful to hear, and to hear our users, especially to hold I guess just a good regard against us, and it's everything that we do kind of justifies, and we hope to obviously further our original purpose, and we'll make better stuff and keep the affordability to our audience. And I think I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, as you said, and I think as we go through some of these parts today, that's one thing that I definitely can say through the years of using SmallRig stuff. I mean, you've always seemed to, like, maybe you'll point out at some point, come out with maybe too much gear, how many different handles and things. But I mean, it's obvious that you do look at user feedback, user experience. And I mean, I had the A7S III before. I don't have it at the moment, but I had 2 different cages for that. I mean, you released a new cage and then another new cage, just as a continuing attempt to kind of improve the user experience and to kind of hit all the points that people give as feedback. And I think that going through these things we'll introduce today, I'm sure that going on in the future, that'll continue with these different parts that we'll talk about today too. So feedback welcome for all the people who are watching.
Exactly. So, well, thanks from Gadgets Alternative. Please do subscribe and go check out and subscribe Scott's channel. He's got a very educational and reviewing videos if you need to hear some of the opinions. Okay, no problem. Okay, so all right, cool. Okay, so today we'll be talking about a couple of stuff that is from SmallRig, obviously, and we have the first item we'll talk about is our rotating handle. So as you can see here, and obviously we'll have a couple more items like mini follow focus, the mini matte box, and then we'll have a little more detailed introduction on the Seymour brand, and especially with this giveaway lavalier mic, which for lucky people will receive. And how's your camera situation, Scott?
It's turned back on for the moment, but I think it overheat. It's incredibly hot here in Japan. As if you watch the Olympics, I'm sure you've seen people talking about. That's the first time that cameras overheat, actually. Of course.
Wow. So
I have the second camera though.
Okay, cool.
So if
can you
that happens again.
Okay, so can you give us a little maybe insights about some of the stuff that you know about SmallRig stuff?
Sure. You want to talk about the new gear today, or just stuff in general?
The new gears.
Sure, of course. Let me switch over here. All right, hopefully this camera doesn't overheat again. If my audio cuts out or whatever, please just let me know.
Okay, no problem.
But yeah, so and just to hit on one of the questions from Khalid. Again, I'm sorry if I mispronounce names. I've been in the world of filmmakers for, I started off with YouTube. I was a photographer originally, and for the purpose of YouTube, I had to make my own videos. So that has been probably about 7 years, I guess, give or take. And so little by little from there, as photography clients needed more content, I kind of branched out into that as work as well. And recently I'm kind of actually trying to move back into photography work more than video work for a number of different reasons, but that's a different conversation. So this is the gear that we're talking about today. I have here the follow focus and the new mini matte box. I've only had the mini matte box for a couple of days, so forgive me if I miss some points. And I don't have actually a filter for the front here. I do have a screw-on filter on the inside. This is a mist filter. But that's one of the cool points about this matte box, is that the adapters to slide it onto your lens do have filter threads in there. So you can put screw-on filters on the inside of here. And then, of course, you can attach filters into this tray on the outside here. Let me try and remove this. There we go. So this tray will just slide out here. And then that's kind of like spring loaded here. I guess you can see in the back, it has a little tab where that would hold in the filters. And then you could just put those in and slide it back into this matte box. This is really awkward to do while I'm trying to show it to the camera. But yeah, so you can use the combination of, for example, a screw-on mist filter or something inside there, and another filter on the outside here. And one of the first things that I noticed about this, of course, the size. In a smaller rig like this, it's really a good size, but also it's just incredibly lightweight. I forget the exact detail, the number of the weight, but it's very, very lightweight, which was really good, again, for small rigs. And I have on here right now actually a new lens from Viltrox, which is for APS-C cameras, but this is the Sony A1. It has APS-C crop mode, so it works, but it's very small. So this is really a perfect size, both the mini follow focus and the mini matte box. So you can have like that full featured rig, but not overkill in terms of size. I forgot all. It comes with a. Yes, that's a good question. The 14 to 24 f2.8. Is that one of those lenses with the bulbous front element? I think it is. And if so, I think I left the adapter rings downstairs besides the one that I'm using here. But this is like a screw-on adapter. Let me take this off so you can see that a little bit better. With sweaty hands. Oh my gosh. It is way too hot here. All right, so that'll slide off. Sorry, as my autofocus is going crazy here. So you can see here it has this kind of clamp that will clamp down around the outside of this adapter ring here. And it comes with, I think it was 4 of these for different size lenses. And they do sell separately other sizes. I actually had to use a step-up ring because this screw thread is a little bit too small. But it screws on, and then the matte box will slide onto there. This matte box does say 95 millimeters back here. So if you have a larger cine lens that has that 95 millimeter outer diameter, I guess you could slip it right on just like that without an adapter. But these that it comes with to adapt to smaller lenses is a screw-on adapter. I know like the Polar Pro matte box. Of course, I can't get this back on now. The Polar Pro matte box, for example, comes with like these plastic rings that are almost the same as like this right here, where you can slip it on around a smaller ring lens like this that does have that flatter outside, but maybe is not quite 95 millimeters. You can slide that on and then slide this on. So it's like a double sliding type design. This is different from that. It is a screw-on adapter. I don't know their SmallRig's plans in the future. Maybe they can talk about that. But this does clamp on, so I imagine it would be pretty easy if they released another round of adapters to adapt it to smaller lenses like this that don't need to use screw threads, if that makes sense. Or for other lenses like that Sigma 12 to 24. The design of this, I guess, does leave it open to upgrading or expanding that compatibility in the future. Maybe, James, you could comment on that. I'm not sure your plans for that, or if you know if you have plans or not. Or if that question even makes sense. I'm sorry.
Sorry. So can you repeat the question again, please?
Sure. So, for example, these adapters are screw-on adapters, and then the matte box will clamp onto the outside of that. But do you plan to release other non-screw-on adapters? For example, just a slip-on ring type adapter to make this smaller, so I could just slide it on without having to screw in the adapter? Or, for example, the Sigma 12 to 24, I don't think it has screw threads. So lenses like that, would you make, or, yeah.
Obviously, this matte box is a new product, right? And comparing to our one of the previous matte boxes, it's not going to have as much accessories and options that you can pair with. But as time goes a little bit, I'm pretty sure that SmallRig will have and will develop other parts that go together with the mini matte box. But as for a precise ETA or a date, I can't really tell you on that. But
cool.
Yeah, so like just keep an eye out on the products, and they'll definitely do something. And you know how fast SmallRig releases its products.
Right, exactly.
Right?
Like I said, I think that if enough users request like an adapter ring for whatever specific lens or something like that, I'm sure that SmallRig will be open to developing something like that. But at the moment, it is this 95 millimeter slip-on clamp on the matte box itself, and it comes with some screw-on adapters. And I think they sell a set separately, which has some different sizes. I think there were 4 included in the kit with the matte box, and then there's a separate, I believe it's 4 more. You can correct me if I'm wrong about that, for different sizes.
Yeah, Yeah, so well, Scott just did a very thorough and professional,
Yeah.
I guess, like a go through of the entire product. And so we have a question from Andrea. Is it possible to install the mini follow focus with a new L bracket? Do you want to take that, Scott?
I can touch on it for sure. So I'm not sure exactly of that L bracket's design, but the mini follow focus does come with, I don't know how well you can see it, this adapter which doubles as a NATO rail. So you can attach this like to the top of the cage, for example. So if that L bracket has somewhere to attach this NATO rail rod adapter, then you could go that way, of course. That would probably be the best way, if that is possible. I'd have to look at the L bracket to be sure.
Yeah, of course. So in order to attach the mini follow focus, you either need the rod to install the rod that you need that it came with from the package, or you might need a base plate to install the base plate and two 15 millimeter tubes to install the mini follow focus on. And so for people who don't know, this is the, can we switch to the overshot, please? And so this is the, Melo, can we switch to overshot? So for the people who don't know, this is the box that you get for purchasing the matte box. I'm sorry, the mini follow focus. Got the wrong box here. And this is the box. And look at the comparison. And so I personally really like this packaging. I'm not gonna lie, not because I'm from SmallRig. I really like the gilded gold and the sprayed black paint on top. And you get one rope of gear, and then just in case if your camera's lens doesn't come with a like, I guess it's called a track. I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong.
The
but,
focus gears. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the focus gear, and then this is for clamping your rod, and see what else. Oh, yep. Also, you got a little tool, and so. As for the matte box, do you know the difference between the mini matte box and our older 2660 matte box, Scott?
I'll be fully honest. I don't know it in detail besides size. Yeah.
Okay. So no problem. So obviously, it is named mini matte box, so you can see straight off the bat the size difference, right? And the prices are the same, but for the, okay, let's see. I don't think. Oh yeah, the mini box is installed, and we have a bigger one in here. So as you can see, this is the lightweight matte box, right? And I can put this next to it so you can see the comparison. And obviously, if you have a smaller setup, you might want to go with the mini matte box because, just it'll be very odd if you go, with a bigger matte box for a small camera. And also the lightweight matte box supports a bigger lens than the mini matte box, obviously, but both of these will work on most of the lenses and cameras. And the lightweight matte box also comes with 2 sets of adapter rings. I'm not gonna open these up just because they're brand new, and and yep. Do we have any questions?
I saw a couple questions.
Okay.
No,
So,
never mind. I already talked about that.
So, okay. From Ryan, we have, Are you going to create a wireless follow focus system for this? Okay, do you want to take this, Scott, since it's a fan from Tokyo, I guess?
Sure. Ryan, in Tokyo at the moment, I know for the Olympics, I guess. I hope you're enjoying it. Like you said, it's hot there too. So take it easy.
I mean, so to answer the products part of the question is, yes, we have plans on developing the, excuse me, let me put this away, the wireless follow focus camera, follow focus system, but it is, I don't believe that I am allowed to give more on that, since I'm not, since I'll be leaving and I'm not supposed to, talk about any more secret missions. And but please keep SmallRig's notification up, and they will have something out very soon. And that's one thing that SmallRig is looking forward to develop, especially since we have this mechanic follow focus now, and we'll want to just, I guess, to round up the selection for everybody. And
yeah.
Do you have any more questions?
Well, we're on the topic of the follow focus, and until there's another question, I guess, too. One of the things that I missed in my review of this follow focus, but it's a really cool little detail that I feel dumb for missing, is that I talked about compared to the Tilta follow focus. With the Tilta, to remove these little hard stops here, it's really quite annoying. You have to actually pull the wheel off, and like it's not that simple at all. So of course these here, you can screw them out completely, and the little connections on the inside don't slide around as freely as the Tilta do, and that's the reason why with the Tilta I feel like you need to remove it, because the thing's sliding around and it's weird. But also with the SmallRig one here, this little hard stopper, you can flip it out of the way and just keep going, which is awesome. I didn't realize that until somebody pointed it out in the comments, and that's incredible. So you can have these hard stops dialed in where you need them, and then if you want to just real quick, okay, go free and then pull it back, and you still have the hard stops exactly where they were, which is really, really a cool design. And I missed it in my review. So if you watch my review and didn't see that part, that's why. That's something I missed, but really nice design point from SmallRig.
Thank you, Ryan. That's one thing that that's like a more smaller points, but you still got the point. And exactly so
after the review.
yeah. And so our stop pins can work 360 degrees, and you can open up the lock at the bottom, and then you can just spin it around.
One more thing that I remember, I did see a little while back question that we didn't address with the matte box. So let me slide this back on here, screw it tight. So somebody asked if you can use a variable ND inside of here, and I would say it kind of yes and no, depends on the filter design, I guess. So you can screw the adapter rings where this matte box actually slides onto, have female screw threads on the inside, so you can screw in filters just like I have here. This is a filter right in the front. Depending on the size of
hey Scott, I think we are experiencing a technical difficulty from your side, so I don't think they can hear your sound right now. Okay. Sorry, everybody. We're figuring it out, and please let us know. Is it good?
Are we good now?
I don't think
Are we good?
there's input, and
Can we?
I don't think it's working. Okay, no problem. So while
Sorry, can you hear me now?
okay, we're good now.
We're good now? Okay. Sorry. Seriously, I had the camera on for like maybe an hour before this live stream, so it keeps overheating. I have the air conditioner on. It's not enough, I guess. Sorry. Let me know if that drops out again. But just in case you missed that, talking about variable ND filters on the inside of here. I'm not sure when that cut out, but it will depend on the design and size of your variable ND. Something like the Polar Pro, Peter McKinnon variable NDs, I think have a relatively simple and compact design, so they could probably fit in here. If you need to adjust it, you would have to remove the front filter tray if you have filters in here, of course, but that's pretty simple and easy to do. Some variable ND filters have pins or tabs sticking out on the side to adjust them, and those would probably bump into the inside of the matte box. So it depends on the size. You might be able to get away with it, but it's hard to say without specifically trying. Specifically trying it. But I do believe I can. If you really want to know for sure, I can run downstairs and grab the Peter McKinnon Polar Pro filters and try it right now. So if you want me to try that, let me know.
Thank you, Scott, for the detailed answer. And
Sure.
Give me a second, please. So, okay.
Keep an eye on my camera here to make sure it doesn't cut out. First time I've ever had my camera overheat. Seriously.
Okay.
All right. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to run downstairs and grab that filter and try it out.
Wow. Thank you, Scott. And so while Scott's grabbing his filter real quick, I want to say thanks again to everybody who's watching the stream right now. Please like and subscribe to SmallRig and Scott's channel. Show your love. And
all right.
By the way, for the people who heard me cough, I do not have corona. I'm just having a cold.
Oh man, it's so hard right now. Like if you have allergies or something and you're out in public and you start coughing, people freak out.
Oh yeah, people in the bus staring at me like yeah,
the
it's
death stare, right?
Yeah,
it's tough, man. All right, it's probably easier if I take this off first. And as I do this, my hand gets in the way. Sorry about my autofocus freaking out in advance. All right, so this is the 6 to 9 stop, I think. If I can peel this off, I can't get the edge of it. There we go. I hope I can get this off after. All right. All right. So there it is inside. And yeah, I can adjust it. I need to maybe screw it in a little tighter. But yeah, I can adjust it. I can't see the numbers on the edges, of course, because I can't see the edges of the filter really that well on the top there, but you can adjust it. So the Peter McKinnon Polar Pro filter, variable ND filter does work in there. This is the older one, but I think the newer one has pretty much the same size and physical design as far as I know.
Mm-hmm. So I think for the lens filters, most of them works on the matte box, and for lens filter trays, this matte box supports more than two. You can put more than two in there simultaneously, and they'll still work. So just a little tips, I guess.
This tray here. So this will fit more than two, you said?
Yes, it does. You can
Okay,
put
cool.
two filter trays in there.
Oh, cool. I actually don't have any of these filters, so sorry in advance, but they're pretty expensive.
Yeah.
But it would definitely be convenient, so I'm going to consider that, of course. It's a good benefit.
Yeah, so
of having...
that's also a difference between the mini matte box and the older lightweight matte box is, this you can put filters in this carton that comes with the matte box, but for the lightweight camera, you can just slide the filter tray in, but you might leave fingerprints or dust marks, and yeah.
Yeah, this one seems pretty easy to use. So
okay, cool. And so we got a question from Gadgets Alternative about the rotating handle. We noticed that the rotation handle is designed left-handed. Are you going to have this design? Yes, absolutely. So that's a very good question. Can we switch to the overshot, please? So the one I have installed on my camera right now is a prototype that you can see is not very well finished. There are little, there are little parts that are very rugged, I guess. And so for the final finishing product, you're not gonna have this like bare metal sticking out, and it's gonna be painted black. And currently we only have it on the left side, but do not worry, SmallRig is developing one for the right as well. Just keep up with SmallRig's notifications, and you'll definitely hear about it one day. And as for which day, I'm not sure currently. So keep your support with SmallRig, and you will hear about it. Excuse me. And so for the, do we have any more questions on the mini matte box or the mini follow focus or rotating handle? Let's see.
Trying to think if there's anything else. I do have on my channel a full review and comparison of the follow focus to the Tilta mini follow focus. So if you want to see like really detailed explanation, then please check out that video. I don't have a review of the matte box, but it's relatively simple. I mean, it's lightweight, it's small. The way that it screws on there lets you use screw-on filters and slide in, not square, rectangular filters. So those are kind of the key points for me anyway, lightweight and small.
Yeah, definitely. So please check out Scott's channel, and and thank you, Scott, for introducing your own setup and showing us, the detailed features.
It's my pleasure.
Of the products.
And so actually now this is a little bit different, but did you want to, do you need to show the behind the scenes pictures of at least the follow focus when I was using it, I guess, on a shoot? Or
oh, that's what I was going to say is,
okay, cool.
Since you already explained your setup, I mean, it would be wonderful to see some of the footage that you shot, right?
Sure. So maybe we'll start off with the photos, if that's cool.
Okay, so
if you can switch that in.
Okay. So I think you can just click share screen with that.
I think that, do you need to do that on your side?
No, pictures first. Yeah.
There we go. So this was, it's a little bit different from the setup that I have here now. This is with the A7S III, like you can see on the cage there. And I was using IRIX lenses for this shoot. And I'm using the mini follow focus, and the rest of the gear is all SmallRig too. I didn't have the matte box at this time yet, but I didn't need it anyway. It wasn't that dark in there, so I didn't need filters or anything like that. But it was really nice. It worked out to keep everything compact, and I could break it down really quickly, which I like to pack away easily. I was filming a local glass maker. I'm just making a short kind of promotional video, he has this, I don't know what you call it, program where just normal customers can go in there and actually make a glass or like a wind chime you can choose for yourself, and more like a hands-on experience type of thing. So just making a little promotional video or a mini documentary kind of about that. And the follow focus worked really well. And so we can show you some video clips of some of the more challenging focus pulls, I guess you could say. This is on 150 millimeter macro lens, and it wasn't wide open, but still the depth of field is really shallow and glass is very difficult to focus on. But if we can switch over to the video clips, you can kind of see my attempts, at least, at trying to pull focus following some moving glass.
Okay,
let's over
check
there.
out the video.
There we go. So these things were very challenging. The glass doesn't pick up focus peaking very well. So like this shot in particular, I tried back and forth a lot of times. And I kind of lost it here and there just for a second, but I think for the most part, this was also slow motion. So the real movement was faster than this, but the follow focus worked really well. Again, you have hard stops built into there. So the amount of movement was really kind of the same each time, forward and backwards. So I was able to, not for this shot, but for that longer clip in the middle, I was able to set start and stop points with the hard stops on the follow focus and kind of just time it with his movement from point A to point B. And I think it worked out pretty well. And then for the other shots, I didn't need those hard stops, and I could just flip up that hard stop tab and just right away start shooting more freely. So it worked out really, really well in this case. And
it's very impressive craftsmanship and
yeah,
photography level skill.
It was definitely not easy. I was surprised, to be honest, when I got home to see how much of it was actually in focus. I wasn't using an external monitor either, which probably would have helped, but yeah, it was a fun shoot, and it's a cool video, and hopefully I'll get around to editing the full video soon. And if you follow my channel or my Facebook page, I'll upload the video once it's ready to go. Just like a 1 or maybe 2 minute video that I still have yet to edit. It's been a couple months now, but maybe not a couple months, a month and a half. I don't know. It's too hot. I can't keep track of the days. My mind is going crazy.
Melts away.
Yeah.
So thanks for sharing, Scott. And do we have
My
any
pleasure.
questions on just in general with Scott or with the product?
I see the one question about the weight too. Sorry, this is another question here that we got up on screen, but then also the weight. I don't remember off the top of my head the specific weight of these things. I don't know if you have that information.
So for the I'm sorry, it's the can we have the question showing, please? Next one. Yes, the weight. So for the matte boxes, both of them are pretty light. I can't pull this on top of my head with an exact figure, but it's around. So I think the lightweight matte box is around 230 something grams, and oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so yes, I was right. So the 2660 is 238 gram, and so for the lightweight matte box is around 120 something grams, and it's almost half the weight for the mini matte box. And as for the mini follow focus,
I grabbed the scale.
Wow. I mean, I guess we can see the real in-person experiment. But yes, those are the more detailed data that if you wanted to see. And
Yeah, I'll switch over my camera here. So for the matte box, for example, without including, of course, there's no filters in here, and I'm not going to include the adapter ring, but that adapter ring obviously will add a little bit more weight to it. But the matte box itself, by itself, weighs 148 grams. So it's very, very lightweight. 148 grams for that. And if you're curious, the follow focus, so just like this, the setup, not including the rod or anything like that. This has both arms. You can actually, if you watch my review, you can remove one section of this arm and still use it. You can slide it on using this part here if you want to make it even smaller. But with this full setup here, the follow focus is 193 grams. So still pretty lightweight, I think.
Thanks for the more precise in-person action.
Sure,
So,
no problem. I got the scale, might as well.
So those are your more precise number, I guess. And so if we don't have any questions on these, then we'll go to our next product, which is our, I guess it's also one of our new brands. And so for people who don't know, SmallRig is just one of the main brands under our company. And we have launched a new brand called Seymour, which is targeted more towards consumer level audience. And the products that Seymour has are going to be more affordable, more accessible by someone who's just getting into the professional. I'm sorry, not the professional level, but the maybe self-vlogging or taking pictures by themselves kind of stuff. And it's targeted to younger people who are inspired to be content creators, and maybe that they don't have the budget to create. To buy cameras to create new stuff, and that's why we have we'll have phone rigs and a series of products on those. And the slogan that we have for Seymour is "Now it's your turn," and for younger people, it is your turn to shine. It's your stage. Take your ambition, your skills, and utilize everything. Use your tools to show the world, to show the people, what you're made of. And that's kind of the spirit that Seymour wants to inspire. And the products that I have in my hands are the lavalier microphones, and which are the products that we're giving away today. Oops. And so we have three different. Let's see which is which. Okay. So we have three different types of lavalier mics. The first one is our ordinary 3.5 millimeter mic, which is the most common adapter. And then the next one we have is the same stuff, but is in envelope color. And it's a lot more vibrant. And then we have our Type-C adapter for the mic, and lastly we have a Lightning port, which is certified by Apple, and you're not going to have problems with your cheap knockoff brands like losing audio or messing up your phone, stuff like that. So actually, the mic that I'm live streaming right now is the Seymour Wave Light 1 mic, which is this right here. And this is the mic that I'm streaming right now. And you can check it out on our website. But if you're lucky, you can win this at today's giveaway. And So do we have any questions on these? And if not, we can proceed to the giveaway. How to choose winners. Okay, so we'll have, so for today's, I'm sorry.
I was going to say,
Go
I
ahead.
noticed on, I think it was the USB-C version, it looks like there's like a different shape of adapter. I don't know if you wanted to
Oh, yes.
show that
Sorry,
just a bit.
I forgot to
Something
mention.
cool there.
I forgot to mention. So for the, okay, so this is, okay, we got an empty box here, but so for this one, for the Type-C mic, we have an additional feature, which is monitoring. You can monitor the sound with this mic, which the other two can't. The price ranges are different as well for these three mics, the ranging from the 3.5 millimeter being the cheapest, and the lightning port being more expensive on its end. All these mics are made with yellow copper, which is premier material for mics if you want a better reception. And it's I'd say it's very it's sorry. So I think the S1 is only $9.90, which is a very cheap price for its materials.
I wasn't expecting that. Good job.
Yeah, we're hitting that affordability for especially younger people, and we have two colors for this as well, like I said earlier. Let's see if we have any questions on that, and now I'll explain the rules for giveaways. I guess we don't.
That's a good question.
Okay, so for today's giveaway, we'll have 4 rounds of questions, and it's very straightforward. Whoever answers the question correctly wins the product, and we'll have 4 rounds of it, and so everyone can have a chance. And so if we don't have any more questions, you get prepared with first question heading to you. And what are the differences of 2 matte boxes? So how many like, I guess how many differences do they need to mention? Okay, so I got notice that you have to mention at least 3 differences in order to win this. Let's see if anybody can guess it.
I don't qualify, right?
Wow.
Too bad.
So do we have any attempts? Maybe I can give a little tips after we get some answers. So I'll put the 2 matte boxes right here. And hint, first one is very obvious.
That's a very nice comment. Thank you. Thank you, Peng. I appreciate that.
Hint. So somebody got the first one right. Okay, so I think Scott's camera got overheated again. Let's wait a bit until he comes back. So Gary, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, yes, obviously the first one is size. And then what do we have more? So we have 2 more. And and Scott took his filter trays. The filter lens to demonstrate and I talked about, yes, Khalid, the size. I guess that falls into the category of size as well. And so
this is a tough one.
Yeah. So let's see. Do we remember the matte box is using filter tray, and the lightweight matte box is using just filters itself. So that's the second difference. And what's the third?
Well, I think somebody hit it.
Okay. I think somebody, wow. Okay, so it's from PP Winty, I guess. Do screw filters. Okay, congratulations. So we have a first winner. It's PP Winty. And please mention your, I guess we'll have somebody to reach out to you, and congratulations, you win one lavalier mic. And
Congratulations.
Okay, so for people who weren't watching earlier, while we were talking about the details of the products, we can go over it very quickly once again. And can we show this to them as well? Okay, so you see straight off the bat, obviously the two are going to be very different. And then you see the lightweight matte box on the left. You can use it for a bigger setup, a heavier lens. And as for the right one, if you have a smaller camera, you can also, if it fits more tightly with smaller lenses. So lightweight matte box supports a bigger size lens, whereas the mini matte box only goes to 96 millimeters, I think. And so another difference is the installation method of the filter tray. And as you see on the left, for the lightweight matte box, you can only slide in your filter tray, whereas the mini matte box comes with a cart that you can put your lens in, and then just slide the whole thing on top. I mean, not on top of it, in front of the matte box. And you see the sizes for adapter ring for the lens sizes, and goes from all the way from 114 millimeters, to which is not available with the package that it comes with, but it does support the 95 millimeter one. And so yeah. These are all the sizes that'll fit. And the another difference is that for the lightweight matte box, you might need a lens adapter or a filter adapter to install the matte box. But for the for the mini matte box, which you do not generally. And lastly, somebody asked a question on this. So the lightweight matte box has been out for a couple of years, and the related items are going to be more. So obviously, we'll keep developing other products for the mini matte box as well.
I saw somebody on Facebook too had asked about this. I see that accessory there, the rod support. So there is a screw thread on the bottom here that if you wanted to mount this on rods instead, it does have that screw thread, 1/4 inch screw thread down at the bottom. There's a couple on top too. Not that that is really related to mounting it, but you have some screw threads on the top there. But right in the center, if you want to mount this on rods instead of onto the front of your lens, you can do that. So, I think I saw somebody on Facebook asking that question.
Okay. Thank you for answering, Scott. And so should we proceed to the next question?
Sure.
And the second question is, what are the main features of rotating handle? So for people who weren't in the live stream earlier, this is the rotating handle. And so little tip, what am I doing here? What is the name of the handle? Am I twisting? Am I taking it off? Am I putting it on?
Oh, that's a very
yes,
detailed.
It's called a rotating handle.
In a full 360 degrees, right?
Exactly. So, I guess how many features do they need to mention again? Okay, so we have 2 features that we need to mention, and another one is, so notice the method of attaching to your camera is, so we have okay, it's let's see, can we switch to the overshot, please? Overview. Okay, great. So if you see the handle here, can you see how it is attached to the camera rig itself? Okay, so locking mechanism is one thing about it, but it's not what I'm talking about. And it's the way of attaching to the camera. Okay, so we have a winner, I think. Okay, so, oh yes, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm reading this. So yes, so the 2 main features, excuse me. Okay, so while Scott reboots, I'm gonna briefly talk about the 2 main features. So obviously one is the rotation of, rotating the handle however you want, to which degree you want. And the other one is how it's attached to the camera cage. So for long-time camera, long-time SmallRig fans might know that the newer versions of SmallRig camera cages come with a NATO rail, and which means this handle will fit on almost every single new camera cage. And for the older versions, which this one is, the one on my hand is an Alpha 6600, and this cage does not have a NATO rail on its side, so you might need to find an attachment, and you can slide this right on top of that, and very easily attached or disassembled, just like that. Let's see. And congratulations, we have a second winner. And we have the third question coming up. Ooh, this is a tough one.
You guys made hard questions, huh? They're earning
what
these
are
loud
the
mics.
what are the model names of the 2 matte boxes? This is a tough one. So remember the features of each map box. This one is. It's very. So Scott took a scale out, and the reason is why. And this one is.
Ooh.
Oh wow. Okay, so we got someone not only mentioning, not even saying the names of the map boxes, but even bringing us the ID numbers. Okay, congratulations, Gary. You win the second set. I'm sorry, the third set of the microphone. And lastly, please be prepared, and we'll have one more prize.
Ooh, good question.
Okay, so it is about the prize itself. What are the 3 different types of Seymour lavalier mics? And I talked about the most common. I'm gonna give the first one away, 3.5 millimeter. Yes, Nikki already said it. So Gary already has the answer in his head. And so Khalid is close, but not quite. Okay.
Is that a 3-time winner?
Yes, it's a 3-time winner, I think we have. Okay, Gary. So it's the Seymour L1, L2, L3, and which has 3 different types of adapter. It's 3.5 millimeter, USB-C, and Type-C, and lastly, the Lightning port, which has a certification from Apple, made by iPhone. Made for iPhone. And congratulations, I guess you win 3 lavalier mics. And
Where it says you can give the other 2. Oh.
Excuse me. So, okay, let's see. So we have one last cantaloupe colored microphone. And do you want to have a question and for the people, Scott, and do the honor?
All right, let's see. Yeah. If you're watching the whole time, I guess you should know there was one feature of the mini follow focus that I missed in my review, and I talked about it today on this live stream, and it's actually a really cool feature. What was that feature? You can see it right now. You can see that feature right now. What was that feature that I missed in my review? And I talked about today.
Were there anyone watching from that point? A point about mini follow focus?
You can see it right now. Right there. About the follow focus here. This is kind of a hint.
So
it's dark.
Gary has one word right. It's the removable part.
And Lee is also close. Lee is very close. It's related to
combine them together. And do we have a winner?
PP Winty. Everybody's kind of like 90% correct.
One step away.
PP Winty, you are correct about the part, but what about it is special, I guess. Although I guess that kind of counts as the answer, right? The hard stop blocker, this part right here, which stops those hard stops. What was special about it, I guess? If you can answer that, is really...
Oops. Do I have a full answer?
Yeah, there you go. Lee Donahue got it. I guess that counts, right?
Okay.
It's, I mean, not totally removable, but it's movable out of the way. So you can push it out of the way, get full movement, and then pull it back, and boom, there you go. So,
Congratulations, Lee.
yes.
We got our final winner. So you win the envelope colored L1 mic, which I have one right here. I used for last stream. And thanks for everybody who's watching. And do we have any more questions at the end? Okay, so for all the winners who to claim your gift, please send an email to gift@smallrig.com, and we'll have that showing on the screen. And they'll reach out to you and get your shipping address and get the proper gifts shipped to you. Please email the email address gift@smallrig.com to claim your gift. And our winners are PP Winty and Gary and Lee. So please send an email to gift@smallrig.com to claim your prize. And do we have any more questions on products and or just for Scott? I guess not. Are we typing? I guess we're waiting on the type.
How many viewers do we have at the moment here? 15, not bad. Gary, thanks for watching.
While working. Thanks, Gary. I guess no more questions.
Nikki, feel free to follow I'm on YouTube. You can just search my name, Scott Dumas, and I should come up. On Facebook as well. I have a Facebook page. Try to share on there as often as I can. Keep in touch, contact, respond to as many comments and everything as I can. So I appreciate the compliments. You're very kind.
So thank you very much for watching, everybody. And thank you, Scott, for being here and give us this
Thank you very much.
thorough product, I guess, the product explanation and your own point of view. And
thank you very much for having me.
So it's been a pleasure, and it's a great time. And can't wait.
Congratulations again on your time at SmallRig is coming to a close. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Not congratulations for finishing. Congratulations for the time that you've been there.
So I guess that concludes our today's live stream. Thanks everyone who watched, and congratulations to our winners. Please stay tuned to SmallRig and like and subscribe our channel along with Scott's channel. And thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Gary.
And I guess that's a cut.
Not yet.
Okay, we're shutting down. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and we're out.